Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
And we get the back view of him. And I mean, it's just a mega.
52 yards is a long shot. Magnum PI, what we named him. No idea.
Just a magnum.
Yeah, just a magnum.
Come on cam last year, we said probably 150, mid 150.
Yeah.
Same doe from the morning come out with that 9-pointer.
Here steps out this 90-inch 8-pointer. You're like,
I'm like, okay, well, there's still a buck back there grunting.
Yeah.
And then out steps like another 90-inch 8-pointer. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, deer right there.
Yeah, like
and he's
30
already
yards.
30 yards.
Yeah.
He was literally 5 yards from the base of the tree. Could have been had a buck down at 1:40 in the afternoon, back there deep on public. 3 does come out pretty early. It was like 2:45, 24-yard shot, sent the combat veteran, and I tell you what, man, dude, it just smoked. We always get so jacked up when the other person kills. It's just almost like we got it done.
Yeah. And when you killed that doe, I was like, hell yeah, man.
And we come down here to Missouri.
I asked Comey one more time. I'm like, is it a good buck? And he goes, yeah, real good, solid buck. I'm like, all right, boom. And the deer just drops. Sure. Super special to me.
Whitetail Legacy Podcast, bringing you back to the hunt and leaving a legacy. Baller Rut.
Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast. Yesterday, I think we said something about being absolute trash. We're one step up from there. We got a buck down.
Got a buck down.
Shot 50 yards. It's 10:49. We're back at the house podcasting. Buck's in the truck already. Everything's mint. Everything's solid right now. But yeah, the buck that I shot this morning, we had on a Exodus trail cam a mile away and a mile and a half in velvet.
Yep.
And where this deer is living, he's glad he left. He came over to where he's at. Now he's like, man, this shit is prime over here. I'll probably just stay.
That's what Magnum thought 3 years ago, too. He's like, just stay.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff he came out of is absolutely the worst stuff to hunt ever. So we have no name for this deer. Just he was a middle of the property buck that we'd found. And he happened to come down the trail that Magnum did. But, yeah, shout out to Exodus. Had an Exodus out there and got a picture of the buck. Always cool to have a pic of the buck that you shot. You know what I mean? To give you some history of where the buck was.
And had him on video in velvet up there with Magnum 2.0. So he was always kind of running with that deer. And it's cool to be able to have different pics and videos of him.
Yeah, for sure. So what happened today was we went back in. We are on the very north edge of the Magnum zone, as you guys know. We seen Magnum go back in the bedding last night, so we really didn't think that there was going to be him coming back through there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
We didn't really think he was going to be coming back through there. And we set up, and homie moved us last night into an absolute junk tree.
Junk. All the trees there are junk, though,
Yeah.
or you can't get in them.
Yeah, so Magnum skirted us, and we didn't want the same thing to happen twice. So we've talked to multiple people on the podcast, and listened to multiple people. You see big deer do something, you move there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did. We moved there. We seen a few does last night. Didn't have a real good hunt, but mornings have been the best for us. You know what I mean, for movement. It's just so much cooler. You know what I mean? We're down there, and it's better, in the morning than the evening. Evening, it's been 64. You know what I mean? So you get that half hour before dark, and that's it.
Yeah.
But what had happened was we got back in there, biked in, walked in. We had the stand hung already, so that was pretty solid. The camera guy is covered really good in this tree. The hunter, not so much. We knew if a buck came from the north or the south, we were pretty solid. But if one came directly where this buck came, we knew that it was going to be hairy. So we had a little bit of cover in front of us. We were probably 15, 16 foot high.
Yeah, not very high.
They're coming off kind of a ridge anyways, though.
Yeah, we're almost eye level when they're on that.
Yeah,
where the bushes are. You know what I mean?
so this buck came in, and he came in just the off trail of Magnum, so 20 yards closer.
He was on the middle trail that we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, so buck comes in. I see him in the grass. And it don't dawn on me that it's a buck that we have across the way on trail cam, but it's just a solid 3.5-year-old 10, 130, high 120s, 130. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're 8 days in. We've been grinding our faces off. We got another 8 on this. We're both trying to kill bucks. My good buddy Nick Brown says, don't pass on the first day what you'd kill the last day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was thinking to myself, if it was day 16 and I was out here absolutely just hunting my face off, would I shoot this deer? And it was an absolute hell yes. You would absolutely smoke that deer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's day 8 of the video series. It's day 9 that we've been hunting. You know what I mean? So 9 days. So he gives us plenty of time to make sure there's not like 2 bucks cruising together or something. You know what I mean? So because I've had that happen where you pass a small buck and then a bigger buck's behind it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But, I mean, he works through there, and then he comes to 25, and he's facing us straight forward, and the buck is literally looking into my soul for 3 minutes. People say 3 minutes, but we got video proof. It's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, it is a long-ass time.
Of him staring, looking to the right, looking back, looking to the right, looking back. And I got my bow, my release is hooked, my slider set at like 25. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm shooting this deer. I've already decided that it's a solid-ass public land deer. You know what I mean? And that's all what we've been saying the last. All we need is just a solid buck to come by. A 3.5-year-old out here chasing, just a solid buck to get the momentum going. We got 3 more tags between the both of us. We're a 2-buck state. Get a solid buck down, then the momentum be high. We'd be out there hunting. It'd be better. Then the other guy gets a solid buck down. Then you're on cloud freaking 9. You both got bucks down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now you're hunting a giant. You know what I mean? You're hunting a 150, 160, 170, 180, 200-inch deer. You know what I mean? But this deer is just absolutely staring at us, and I'm not gonna chest shot him. Like, I'm just thinking, if he comes down the trail that he's on, I'm going to have to shoot him at like 3 yards to get like quartering 2 a little bit. So I got my bow in my hand. My release is clipped. I'm setting down. No way I can stand up. Absolutely. Will you stand up filming?
No, sitting down.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way I can stand up because this deer's got us pegged. So he stands there, and then he does what deer do, where they put their head down, take 2 steps, and then look right back at you. It's like they're like, I'm going to act like I'm not looking at this thing and see if it moves.
Yep.
And then if it moves, I'll know. So I didn't move an inch, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right. And then he did it. I'm waiting for him to do it, and then he does exactly what they're, head down, head back up. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, all right, I'm kind of comfortable now. I gave it the double check.
Yeah.
It didn't move. And then he does it one more time. He takes a couple more steps, looks back up at us. Then the deer, for unknown godly reasons, just takes a right-hand turn off the trail he's on, takes 2 steps, and looks the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I did the slowest draw known to mankind, sitting down, and I'm in like a little tree stand, Drew. He looks the opposite direction. He picks his head back up, looks straight. I freaking sent it, and just a touch high of where I wanted to be, but the exit was absolute money. Both lungs completely destroyed. Deer runs off, like turns and doesn't mule kick, just turns and runs like nothing's wrong with him. I'm like, I've smoked that thing. In my mind, I'm like, that shot felt awesome. You know what I mean? And I see the deer like bound off, and then he starts like almost slowing down, walking. And I'm like, what, did I just miss this? There's no way I missed him at 22 yards. You know what I mean? And then he does the 3 circles of death. You know what
Dude,
I mean?
he did. I didn't know he spun that many times. Dude was doing a 3-ring circus up there, man.
And then I'm going, go down, baby. Go down right there. It's 50 yards, and we're in some thick shit. And if he made it another 100, been a disaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's spinning, and then he just gets stiff and then just does that lock up and then just falls. You know what I mean? And I go, homie, I think he's down. He's down right there, you know, and then chaos breaks out in the tree. We're high-fiving. You know, we're in there trying to kill an absolute legend, guys. But we're a $2 state, and we've been literally grinding our face off hunting, but grinding our face off on this. Oh, the dog's still in here?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Pause.
But yeah, just as what Cody was saying is, you know, you're not going to pass up a solid buck on public that you've just absolutely put an ass load of work in. All them hours out there sweating,
just
running cams,
trying to figure these deer out, what they're doing. And I was, right when I seen the deer, I just told homie, I said, I'm going to shoot a solid buck. The first solid buck that we get an opportunity on is dying. You know what I mean? I said, 128, dead as shit. 125-10, dead as shit. And that's probably what I shot, you know, a 130, 125 class 10-pointer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's got short brows. He's got nice main beam length, good tine length. He's out to his ears. He's just solid, you know what I mean? And homie's on the video. It's dark. It's a little, ISO's a little cranked, but the shot's money. You know, everything's money. He's in frame. He's in focus. Get to see him go down. A lot of good stuff happening there. So you guys will be able to watch that possibly Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be here pretty quick.
You get to see the encounter with Magnum, fire crispy, and then you get to see the kill shot on the middle buck. You know, is what we'll call him. You know, so
yeah.
And he's in the back of the truck, man. Got it done. Day 8 out here, absolutely hunting our faces off, and it's been a wild ride, and now I get to film homie for 8 more days until he gets it done, and then I'm back in the game. You know what I mean? But we got the cold front coming. We got the best weather coming. We got everything lining up to be absolutely perfect. You know what I mean? So we're fired up, and we're going to get back out there and keep hunting.
As you said, man, it's been a wild ride. 2020's been a wild ride. The gun guy killed with a bow.
I know. I went on a 2-year dry streak with a bow. So I went 4 years back to back, and then 2 years with the gun, and now I'm back on the bow. But gun season's coming. Don't count me out yet.
Yeah.
I still got another buck tag, and I got a shotgun tag and a muzzleloader tag, bro. So I'm set up to really have a fire gun season. So, but yeah, we shot a buck, and we're not holding back at all. 8 more days in our face. This just gave them the momentum that we needed to keep going out there, keep making moves. This was our 10th tree, 10th different spot that we've been into, guys. 10th hang, 10th pack, moving stands. The 10th time we were successful.
I was done carrying that stand yesterday.
Yeah.
I was over that.
Yeah, I mean, we're just and it's so hot. You're trying to move at 74 out. You're sweating. We're out there in T-shirts. And we drug a buck out in a T-shirt today. November 6th, you know what I mean? 60 freaking
4,
you know what I mean?
Driving here.
So it's going to get up to 74 today, 75. So we're going to get this deer to the locker. We're going to celebrate a little bit. We're going to take the evening off. And then tomorrow morning, we're back in the south edge of Magnum. And then we're going to move to the hot corner. And then
I like it.
Monday. Go time.
Monday,
Either hunt the hot corner or the hot corner. Those does were funneling out, and then homie got up to bat after I shot. We seen 3 does come in. They worked right in behind us, perfect. No bucks behind him, and then we seen the damn spike buck that is an absolute cruiser out there.
Yeah, only deer out there cruising.
Yeah,
spike buck.
So yeah, this buck I shot this morning wasn't with a doe, just doing the same thing Magnum was, just a little bit too late, and that's what we said. We talked to a lot of people and. They're like, no way, 2 days in a row, shooter's going to do the same thing. About the same time, doing the same thing, going to end up going down the same trail, literally the exact, and we said that 1,000 times. Once you figure out what these big bucks like to do. There's a reason that they do that. And especially if you're on private ground, and if you're on public and people don't go in there and pressure that or cut them off or something, they're going to do that consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Big deer do big deer shit. And once you find an area that they like or how they travel from one doe bed, that's all we're doing. We're in between two doe bedding areas. We're thinking, okay, the does aren't on the food. We know that. We already checked that. They're not hitting scrapes anymore. We know that. The scrapes are dead. We just got to get in between two doe bedding areas and hope that you catch something cruising late. And that's exactly what that deer, coming out of the same doe bedding that Magnum was, going to the other doe bedding.
And the spot we're sitting just screams transition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is absolute money transition right there.
Yeah. And we're on the trail that they need to be on, and homie's up to bat. And I don't know if lightning can strike the same place 3 times, but you never know. You know what I mean? I told homie, I said, a freaking 190, 200-inch deer was just on this trail. If he is on that trail, I guarantee a 3 or 4-year-old will be on that same trail and feel confident.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and we're going to hunt that, and then we know the evening, it was slow there. So I feel like in the evening, they already got a doe, or they know that the does are going to be going. They're not transitioning to that bedding. In the evening, they know the does are going to ag. They're just going to filter out the vag eventually. They're not going to be like, I'm going to run over to this bedding in the evening because the does are already out of there.
They're gone, yeah.
We've seen them roll.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get in between them over there in the hot corner if they come out of that bedding to the north going up there to, the ag. So that's the game plan for tomorrow. Go in there, hunt where we're at now, see if freaking that tree is absolute trash.
Yep, it's trash, but I said last night, this is where you got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, 190 was just standing there.
Yeah. So we're going to go out there, hunt that, back out, go up to the hot corner, hunt that in the evening, and then probably throw another morning and maybe evening set in the hot corner. Those does filtered right out of there.
Mm.
I mean, you got 3 does. You got a middle-aged doe, a yearling, and an old doe. They're going to come into heat all different times probably. You got potential to have bucks coming through there, and they all did the same thing. Come right out of that hot corner, you know what I mean? So I don't know if we have to get in the corner or if we get just where they came out, down that ridge.
Yeah.
Somewhere over there. Then we know if we're safe from the other guys hunting out there and southeast. You're probably going to want to be down a little bit anyways instead of up in the corner. But if we can get up in that corner and see all that ground,
we'll be able to see the tree, the red tree.
Yeah, so that's the game plan there. We got a buck down, 8 days in, guys. We're on a high right now. Everybody else out there that's still absolutely grinding and this heat's just kicking your butt, just keep going, man. That's all you can do. Just keep trying to make shit work. Keep putting in the effort. And everybody said, we're getting the message, oh, your time's coming. You're like, bullshit.
You never think it's going to happen.
You're like, man, we're out here. We ain't seeing nothing. This is the second shooter deer that we've seen since the 30th of October.
Yeah.
We killed the second buck encounter we had. You know what I mean? So it's just they're not moving. I mean, we've had better years, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
So this 74-degree temps are crushing us. But if you're out there, just do the best you can, hunt, just try to have some fun while you're out there. That's what we told homie. I said, if we're not going to see shit, we got to have fun. You know what I mean? And we've been cracking it up and having a good time. And that's about it, man. That's a wrap. 1 buck under our belt. We got 3 more. You think we can kill 3 in 8 days? That's going to be pretty savage. But 1 more would be real solid. Kill,
yeah,
man. So we got a few more days on Magnum, and then we'll be going to the other property, and you never know what could happen there.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be peak rut. Shit might be off the chain. So we're going to be doing all-day sets still, making shit happen. Just homie's going to be taking the bow every day. So, all right, guys. Well, hope you guys are enjoying this series. The video from the first 4 days where we actually get our asses whooped is out right now on the Last Breath YouTube. Check it out, and it would be pretty awesome to check us out just getting our ass whipped for 5 days and then having an encounter and then getting it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So So that's how hunting is, and we wanted this series to be true and no bullshit. It's no picnic. You know what I mean? We don't want to bullshit you.
No picnic.
That we seen a buck, we didn't get any film of them or no bullshit like that. What happened is what happened, and we're getting our asses handed to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you want to see us get our asses handed to us, but then come out glorious on day 8, check out that first episode. It's up now, and this one should be live Sunday or Monday of next week. So, All right, guys, we love you. We out.